Runbooks is Aviator's new product, focused on spec-driven development. Spec-driven development is a way of working with AI agents where we focus more on the planning first and then let AI agents handle the execution. So let's see how it works. For this particular demo, we're going to use our own CLI. This is an open source CLI built by Aviator to support stack PRs on top of GitHub. And we've always wanted to add support for GitLab. It was just part of our backlog, never got prioritized. So those are kind of the projects which are interesting to use with Runbooks, largely because it is an existing code base where we're working on a large enough project. Adding GitLab support would roughly take us 2 to 3 weeks of engineering time. To get started, we're going to use a prompt here. I'm going to say, this project currently supports GitHub. We would like to add support of GitLab for the CLI. And here I'm going to just choose this repository and start with a plan. We are starting a plan. So Runbooks doesn't automatically go and start executing blindly. At this point, it's first creating a sandbox and checked out a repository. And now it internally is running Claude code. So all of our sandboxes internally run Claude code. You can see the output of the logs entirely here. At this point, it's examining the code base to understand the project and see if it has any questions that it needs to clarify before it gets started. All right, so it looks like it took 45 seconds and it has a few questions that it wants me to answer. So which GitLab API client library should be used? So let me try to answer these questions. And it may come back to some more questions if it needs more clarification. It will analyze and see if it has enough information. And if it does, it may actually complete. So here, if you can see, it says requirements complete. It actually is going to start generating the runbook. Now, this runbook is actually the plan that it is going to generate. And then we will be able to review the plan before it starts the execution. Okay, looks like it finished. And now you can see there is a plan created. Just a quick observation. Runbooks is intentionally designed to be step-by-step execution. If you look at the details, it said it created 6 steps. And if you look at each step itself is designed in a way which is self-complete. Now you can expand this step to look at all the details and review this plan. Now, this is where you need to spend most time to understand, like, are we using the right plan? Is it actually using the right information? And if something's wrong, this is a good time to actually correct it. You can provide some feedback here directly and let the agents regenerate the plan. All of this plan is backed by a raw markdown. So you can technically also go edit the raw plan, or you can edit a plan manually. You can actually do so here. Now, the next thing you can do is, because this is all individual steps, now you can actually run this one step at a time. So in this case, I can just say execute next, which is the default action. At this point, it is going to schedule step 1.1 and start executing that. Here you can see it again started a Claude code action to execute this step. So we'll just queue a few of those steps and let it finish, and then we will see the results. Looks like it finished execution. Let's take a quick look what happened. It ran 3 sub-steps, 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. As you can see, 1.1 actually did not generate any results. So this is also interesting that many times AI would go and make changes even when they're not needed. Here, if you look through the logs, you will notice that it tried to execute these steps and didn't find any changes needed. So it actually did not make any dependency updates. For second step, it actually executed and created these steps, as well as for third step as well, it created them. So generally, all sub-steps get added to a single PR, and you can see the list of PRs here. If you want, you can actually split them by different commits. But let's take a look at the PR itself. So here you can see it adds all the details of the sub-steps. So it's easy for the reviewer to go and analyze this. It tells you who actually executed these things. And you can also click on this runbook to see the entire history and the logs on why these changes were created in such a way. This makes it very easy for the reviewers to understand how to manage these steps. You can also share this runbook with others. So, for instance, if I'm sending somebody for a review, you can add them directly here and invite these collaborators so they can also go and review this runbook when they're reviewing the PRs. So that's a good overview of runbooks. Please try it out and let us know if you have any feedback. Thank you.